This is Dr. T.V. Rao, Professor, DVS Institute of Technology, Kavali. So today I am explaining natural convection in heat transfer. Already we have discussed forced convection. Basically, convection there are two types: forced convection and natural convection. Last class we have discussed forced conversion. Today I am going to explain natural convection. So in natural convection, without any external agencies, without fan, without blower, without any external forces, if there is a convective heat transfer, such kind of heat transfer is called as natural convection. Then how the heat transfer takes place means, due to temperature difference or due to density difference in fluid medium, the heat transfer takes place. Okay. And if you compare the natural convection and forced convection, in forced convection we can transfer more amount of heat, but in case of natural convection we can transfer only very less amount of heat transfer. Why? Because the heat transfer coefficient in natural convection is very less. Since heat transfer coefficient is very less, we can transfer only less amount of heat. Now we will see the mechanism, how the natural convection takes place. If there is any hot object, hot body, so surrounding to the body, what happens means, if there is a fluid medium or if there is a air, generally air temperature is very less, ordinary temperature, and hot body temperature is with very high temperature. Due to the temperature difference, there will be a density difference will be created across the fluid medium. Once the density difference creates across the fluid medium, what happens means, due to the difference of densities, there will be a flow circulation created. Okay. So the hot body temperature is high and outside low temperature. When air comes in contact with a high temperature, the density decreases. Once density decreases means the air moves up. Again, the cold air comes in contact and the density of the cold air decreases, and once density decreases means again it moves up. Due to density difference, there will be a flow circulation. Due to flow circulation, there will be heat transfer takes place. Like this, only due to density difference, flow circulation created. During the flow circulation, the heat transfer takes place. So such kind of heat transfer we can call as a natural convection. So basically natural convection takes place because of temperature difference, there will be density difference. Because of density difference, there will be heat transfer. And so here, during this natural convection, there will be one more process. Once there is a fluid circulation or air circulation, there will be some buoyancy forces acts on this convection, and there will be some gravitational forces also. It acts on this natural convection. So how this buoyancy forces and gravitational forces acts, we will see. First of all, we should know what is meant by buoyancy. So buoyancy force means, so this is some hydrostatic force. Already regarding the buoyancy force, we discussed in Archimedes principle. Okay. Suppose if there is a ship in the sea or water. So once the ship is on the water or sea, some portion of the ship is under the water. So what happens means, how much portion of the ship or the body inside the water, the same amount of water is displaced. The same volume of water will be displaced, and that particular volume of water, the force acts upwards. The particular force is called as a buoyancy force. Okay, the particular force is called as a buoyancy force. So W is the the actual weight of the ship, and the weight of the displaced volume of the water. That particular force will act towards upwards. So due to this buoyancy force, the actual weight of the ship will be less when the ship is inside the water. So this is called as a buoyancy forces. Buoyancy force is something like hydrostatic forces. Similar kind of hydrostatic, due to circulation of the water, there will be some hydrostatic or buoyancy forces also will take place during natural convection. So in buoyancy force also, so the net weight or net force of the ship is nothing but is directly proportional to the difference of densities of the body and the fluid medium. In natural convection also, due to the density difference only, there will be heat transfer, there will be circulation of fluid. Due to circulation of fluid, there will be heat transfer. That's why there will be influence of the buoyancy forces and gravitational forces in natural convection. Okay. And so here we are going to discuss one more parameter. It is called as volume coefficient. Since the density is a function of temperature, the variation of density of a fluid with the temperature at constant pressure can be expressed as beta equal to 1 by dou rho by dou T at when pressure is constant. So this finally we can simplify it as beta is nothing but rho beta into delta T, or for ideal gases this beta volume constant is nothing but 1 by T, where T is a temperature in Kelvin. So buoyancy force is proportional to the density difference. The larger the temperature difference between the fluid and the body, the larger the buoyancy forces. So due to this buoyancy forces, there will be a circulation of air flow or fluid flow across the body. Under steady conditions, the airflow rate driven by the body force buoyancy is established balancing the buoyancy force with the frictional force. And here we have to discuss one more non-dimensional number, that is called as a Grashof number. This Grashof number we find only in case of natural convection. This Grashof number we can define it as it is a ratio of buoyancy forces to the viscous forces. So in force convection we have discussed Reynolds number. It is very similar to the Reynolds number, but Reynolds number is nothing but inertia forces by viscous forces, but here Grashof number is nothing but buoyancy forces by viscous forces. So it plays very similar role as Reynolds number plays in case of a force conversion. In force conversion we find Reynolds number, in free conversion we find Grashof number. So Grashof number is nothing but G beta into temperature difference into delta Q by V square, where G is gravitational acceleration, beta is coefficient of volume expansion, and delta is a characteristic length of the geometry, or sometimes we take it as a boundary layer thickness also. And this V is a kinematic viscosity of the fluid. So, and so this Grashof number, if you observe, this value of the Grashof number, in some cases if it is more than 10 to the power of 9, and some cases it will be less than 10 to the power of 9. Okay. So the critical Grashof, that's why this 10 to the power of 9 we can call it a critical Grashof number for vertical plates. So in the flow region of a vertical plate, if Grashof number is more than 10 to the power of 9, it is a turbulent flow. If it is less than 10 to the power of 9, we can consider as a laminar flow. And generally heat transfer, final heat transfer we can calculate by HA into Ts minus T infinity. This is a Newton's law of cooling. It's a convection heat transfer equation. So we'll see how the natural conversion takes place by diagrammatically. So there is a vertical plate. There is a vertical plate where plate temperature is Ts or Tw. So here there is no airflow, and this air temperature is T infinity, and plate temperature is Tw or Ts. So due to this temperature difference, there will be a density difference will be created. Due to density difference, there will be airflow. So the airflow starts from this bottom point, and since there is airflow, means there will be a boundary layer takes place, and some distance, some extent, the boundary layer seems to be a laminar, and after that it becomes a turbulent. Okay, and we find there will be a velocity boundary layer and thermal boundary layer. In velocity boundary layer, at the surface of the vertical wall, the velocity is starts with 0 and it increases, again it decreases. Similarly, thermal boundary layer also slowly, when it comes to the boundary layer surface, slowly temperature decreases from Ts to the T infinity. Like this, there will be velocity boundary layer profile and thermal boundary layer profile. And in case of a natural conversion, we use most of the equations based on experimental based equations, and here we are going to use one more dimensionless parameter. It's called as a Rayleigh's number. So Rayleigh's number is nothing but Grashof number and Prandtl number. So Grashof number into Prandtl number is equal to the Rayleigh's number. This Rayleigh's number we use when there is a forced conversion, or when there is a combination of natural conversion and forced conversion. And Nusselt number in the natural conversion, that is HL by K. Here we take H delta by K, where delta we call it as a characteristic length. In case of a vertical plates, if Nusselt number, so there are two equations. If Rayleigh's number is in between 10 to the power of 4 and 10 to the power of 9, we use 0.59 into Rayleigh's number to the power of 1 by 4. If Rayleigh's number is more than 10 to the power of 9, we use 0.1 into Ra to the power of 1 by 3. Okay. Similarly, there will be equation for horizontal plates also. Now, this we will discuss by one example. So there is a large vertical plate 4 meters high, is maintained at 60 degrees centigrade and exposed to the atmospheric air at 10 degrees centigrade. Calculate the heat transfer if the plate is 10 meters wide. So here there is a vertical plate, and plate dimensions are given, 4 meters height and 10 meters wide, and plate temperature is given 60 degrees centigrade and atmospheric temperature is given 10 degrees centigrade. Okay, he is asking to find out heat transfer. Okay, so here, since the velocity, air velocity is not given, you should understand, we have to understand that, so it is a natural convection. So we have to find out the heat transfer with the help of natural convection. Okay. So first of all, we should have to find out the average temperature or film temperature, average of this both the temperatures. At particular temperature, at film temperature, we have to note down all the thermal properties, heat transfer properties from the data book. What are the heat transfer properties? Beta value, K, thermal conductivity value, and kinematic viscosity value, and Prandtl number. So using this value, you have to find out Grashof number, and from that you have to find out Rayleigh's number. So here, since Rayleigh's number we got, it is more than 10 to the power of 9. We have to use a Nusselt number equation of Nusselt number equal to 0.1 into RA to the power of 1 by 3. So from this you have to find out Nusselt number. Once you know Nusselt number means we can find out heat transfer coefficient, H value. Once we know heat transfer coefficient means we can calculate what is the amount of heat transfer with the help of Newton's law of cooling, HCA into delta T. So like this, in natural convection problems we can solve using a simple procedure. Okay. So first you have to find out film temperature. For particular film temperature, you have to read the values from the data book. Next, you have to find out Rayleigh's number. So based on Rayleigh's number, what kind of formula we have to use, we can decide. Based on that Nusselt number we can find out. Once you know Nusselt number means we can find out heat transfer coefficient. So from the heat transfer, once you know heat transfer coefficient means we can easily find out what is the amount of heat transfer by natural convection. So like this, natural convection is a second mode of heat transfer. So here only less amount of heat can be transferred. Okay. So generally there are many applications where we cannot use Fourier conversion. There heat transfer is by natural convection. The applications we find in wires, cooling of wires, cooling of rods, and cooling of refrigerator coils. All this, like this, there are many applications where we cannot use Fourier conversion. There heat is transferred by natural convection only. So here there will be natural convection heat is transferred when there will be a few parameters plays a very vital role. Those are Grashof number and buoyancy forces and Rayleigh's number. These we find only in natural convection. Okay. So thank you.